This is good.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself
that. It is good.
Can't even get to it.
I can't. I'm sucking it through the ice.
Mm-hmm.
I put Crystal Light in my smart water bottle and put it in the freezer for too long. And I'm sucking the drink through it. But it's good. It's just taking a little while to get to it. I like it really cold. If it's room temperature, it makes me gag. All right. Surprise. We were supposed to do it last night and we just both forgot.
Hello, Army 63B.
I had a severe sinus headache yesterday. I was good for nothing.
Hello, right? Caroline Baez, Rosa Saris.
Alan was out in the yard all day doing Christmas lights.
Andrew Pullen. Hello, Bethany.
And I was inside just not
Hector Wasabi, my man. Hello, Yenny. Christina. Sam, I am. How you doing, Sam? Hello, Tiffany. TT. Hello, Elizabeth. Adri, Brooksy. PC Johnson, 1984 from West Virginia. Good state there. Hello, Tammy Hicks. Hello, Susan Gould. Anna Lou, Jakob, Obel Cakes. Hello, Brenda. Kimberly Prim.
She said it's a decent crowd. Music is good and food is wonderful.
Good.
It's the weekend before Thanksgiving, you know. But a lot of people aren't going out right now.
They're trying to save space.
Hey, y'all going anywhere for Thanksgiving? What are y'all doing? Are y'all staying home? What are y'all doing? Making dinner. I finally put my mama's macaroni and cheese recipe in my highlights of my Instagram. If y'all want that recipe.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Hallelujah.
Why?
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Why? Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Maybe I'll say that on the podcast. You get asked about it a lot?
Dun, 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 dun. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Okay, honey. You have to quarantine. Yeah. Staying home, on vacation next week, not going anywhere. Dinner with the fam as always. Going to my sister's in Georgia. Ordering from Market Street, eating with the fam here. Had 12 people cancel. Yeah, people are panicking.
Panicking.
It says coming home for Thanksgiving from Plano. Good.
Hello, Carolyn Baez in South Carolina.
Yeah, a lot of people staying home.
Lori McDonald.
All right. Well, we'll talk about my mama's macaroni and cheese on the podcast. I didn't know you were getting that much stuff about it.
Oh.
You want to go ahead and get started?
Yeah.
I'll be glad when you're over that tooting thing.
Babe, I've had that thing 10 years.
I know, but you're going through phases.
How you ever think I'm going to be over it?
But you're going through another phase of it right now.
Hold, please.
Alan's got pages of lewd names.
No, that's not true.
And what are you looking for?
I always just check my text before I get on the thing. All right. Give me a little something.
You're tired of hearing about the macaroni and cheese?
Whoa. Wow.
That's a little aggressive. All right. Go ahead, babe.
Well, do your...
Oh, test 1, 2. Test. Test.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah, I guess
Is it a recording chip in there?
I don't know.
Alan, really? Is it in there?
Yes, it's in there. Yes.
Can you imagine if we had to do this entire podcast over?
Oh, I forgot to put the chip in because then they had to pull the damn audio off YouTube.
Yeah, that was bad.
Matt Sturbit, please pick up the red courtesy phone. Matt Sturbit, please pick up the red courtesy phone. Matt Sturbit.
There's a lot of ice.
Matt Sturbit. Or Sturbat, or Sturbate, depending on where you're from. Babe, that is the most wheels-off thing I've ever seen.
I like it. It's cold. It'll be all melted by the time we're done. Why is everything going to bother you? All right, you ready? Quit reading messages. Let's go. What?
Hello, Sin Galvin. We're going to do some impressions for you tonight. Okay, you ready?
Oh, Lord.
That depends on what the depth. Okay.
Oh, God. All right. Welcome to another episode of A Sandwich and Some Lovin' podcast. I'm Kellie Rasberry Evans. I don't know what's going on. This is my husband and podcast partner, Alan Evans.
Hey, Train in the house.
Apparently, there's been some last-minute audibles being called about what the subject matter is going to be on the podcast.
Well, how you
Are you doing impersonations?
No.
Well, you just said something about impersonations before we started the podcast.
No. One of our live studio audience members and one of our very best customers and friends who we've actually partied with.
Who?
Sin Galvin.
Uh-huh.
She, every time I was doing presidential impersonation, she would I could just hear her from San Antonio go, no!
Oh, okay. So we're not doing any.
It was like Darth Vader falling off the table when he was Darth Vader. No!
There you go. There's your impersonation.
Yeah, it was one of those.
I was afraid you were going to start doing. Yeah, I didn't know what you have in mind. Sometimes I don't know what we're talking about.
Clinton?
Are you going to do Clinton?
No, I'm not going to.
All right. So
I'm too tired to do Clinton.
I think we have a lot of. I think we're all burned out on politics for a while.
For a while.
Maybe we'll revisit that in 2021.
Maybe for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Well, Alan is almost burned out on Christmas, and we haven't even started. But last year we didn't put up any holiday decorations whatsoever, except for this gigantic tree.
Let's talk about holiday decorations.
And Alan, all day yesterday, was out in the front yard assembling what we have, and then deciding we need more. And so then he went to the Home Depot and bought more lights. And you've been working your little butt off. And I've been sitting in the house with a sinus headache like you cannot believe. It was so bad. And tell everybody about it, babe.
Well, here's the deal.
You did a great job.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate you.
Even greater because I didn't have to do any of it.
But Christmas decorations, guys, I've done these my entire life. Ever since I've been a homeowner, which is a good part of my life, about half of my life.
Well, when we first got married, you really didn't do a lot of lights. It was very shocking.
You thought I was going to be Mr. Christmas.
I thought you were going to be like Clark Griswold.
Well,
I really did. I just, based upon the way you decorated your apartment when I met you and the way you make Christmas ornaments with your kids, I just assumed.
Well, you know how I am.
We would be the house in the neighborhood.
I either do something balls to the wall or I don't do it. I mean, don't do it.
For a couple of years, you didn't do it.
Don't do it half-ass. Yeah, I wasn't going to do it half-ass. So I'm either going to not do it or I'm going to do it balls to the wall. This year, balls to the wall.
Well,
we got a freaking moose out there. We've got 2 moving deer. We've added a sled pulled by a deer.
Yes.
2 miniature schnauzers.
They're pretty cute with Santa hats.
With Santa hats on that are lighted, and then lights that outline the entire flower beds at Evans Manor, which are not insignificant flower beds.
And not done yet because...
Well, here's the deal, and this is what I was about to say. Every time, I don't know about you, dear good listener, but every time you put up Christmas decorations, isn't there something that's messed up or effed up?
It never goes completely.
It never goes according to plan.
Ever.
You either have a strand that's burned out, or you're missing a power strip, or your extension cord is too short, or you go to Homey D's, and when you come back, something isn't working. So you have to go back to Homey D's, exchange it, buy the same thing. So I had that happen. Something I bought at Homey D's didn't work. And not only that, my lawn guy cut one of the Christmas light cords with his weed eater.
Destroyed it.
First world problem, but that's what happened.
Yeah.
So I was out there today, and you heard the biggest "no" when I found that my work of art had been cut in half.
Yeah. It was pretty disappointing.
Yes.
And then I'm out there thinking, I'm saying to him, what else can we do?
Oh, yeah. Every time.
We need to add a little more. There's a little blank spot over
Yeah,
here.
every time Home Slice comes out, she's like, "Well, I think
It looks great, honey.
yeah, I think it looks great, but I think a little soldier would look good
A
here."
little
And
something.
hey, look at this little tree, a little something.
It's a little dark in
something.
that corner of the yard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm done.
No, you're not. You got to fix that one that the long guy sliced.
Yeah, that's true. I have to go back to Home ED's tomorrow, take back a strand that didn't work, and buy another strand.
And return. Well, not return. We threw away the sliced wire.
That was idiot tax. I mean,
yeah. I bet a lot of people would have taken it back and just pretended like, oh, it's not working. No,
that guy.
We were honest, because I have been that person who has bought something from a store thinking I'm buying a new product, and when I get home, something's missing, or there's a DVD in the player. When it was not just a DVD, it was porn. That was really great to have that surprise. But I remember one time I got a VCR DVD player, and got home, and my brother-in-law at the time hooked it up because my husband didn't know how to do it at the time. And his parents were there, and he's like, oh, there's a DVD in there. It was press play porn, and there was no remote control. So I went back to the store and said, hey, this is what you sold me. It not only had porn in it, it didn't come with a remote control, and they wouldn't take it back.
There was porn in the DVD? Like a disc?
Mm-hmm. There was a DVD in it.
Oh,
and the remote control was missing.
Was it used?
Yes, somebody had returned it. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, so you bought a return model.
I bought a return, and they had left porn in it.
Did you know it was returned?
No, because people can reseal them, and they look. That it happens quite a bit. We found out.
What was the title?
It was a home porn, apparently.
Wait, whoa!
It didn't have a title.
Back up.
We didn't watch it. We literally put it on and immediately stopped it.
Hold on. So this was amateur porn?
Well, I'm guessing in the 3 seconds that I saw of it.
What did you see that would?
It was people having sex.
I understand what you see in professional porn, but what would make you think it was amateur porn?
Well, maybe it was because there was nothing on the DVD. It looked like just a regular DVD. It didn't have
like somebody burned a DVD.
Yeah, maybe
DVD-R.
Maybe it was a copy, or maybe it was home. I don't know. We literally watched the time my brother-in-law hit play, and my in-laws, my husband, and I were like, "Whoa, turn it off!" That's how long we saw of it.
What'd you see?
2 people having sex. Very large people.
Male and female? 2 female?
It was a man and a woman. It was a man and a woman, and they were large.
What? They were large?
They were very large.
So this was, okay.
That's what was in there.
Okay.
And then they wouldn't take it back. You know why they wouldn't take it back? Because I didn't have the remote control. I said, I bought it from you without the remote control. It was a used DVD player. You sold me one with porn in it and no remote control. They wouldn't take it back.
What business was this?
I don't want to say.
Oh, come on.
I don't want to say.
Best Buy?
No, it was not.
Circuit City?
It was not.
Remember Circuit City?
I do remember Circuit City, but it was not either one of those places. But anyway, I digress greatly.
Wow, you never told me that.
Yeah. I've told that on the radio a long, long time ago, but that was when you were listening to The Ticket. That was before you married me.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, I got that DVR player as a Christmas gift. And I have been really trying to get some Christmas gifts knocked out. And there was a survey that somebody did that said, Statista.com, 38% of the adults polled say they started buying Christmas presents in October. That's a little more than a third of us. But I think this year, I wonder if that's even a little bit higher, because we're all rushing Christmas. We want it to be here so bad. It says 23% pick up their presents before Thanksgiving. But, there's always that fun rush of doing it after Thanksgiving too. But 2% of Americans will wait until January 2021 to buy Christmas gifts for 2020 because they all go on sale.
What's the fun in that?
I don't know, but I guess there's certain families that are so practical. They just say, hey, we're going to wait until everything goes on sale and just buy it then. 2% of Americans do that. So why don't they just
celebrate Christmas in January?
That's what they're doing. They're waiting to buy their Christmas gifts in January when everything's on sale, like 80 and 90% off. 2%.
I would question the selection.
Well, I don't know. I mean, they'll start putting coats and stuff on sale because then they've already start putting out the bikinis.
Yeah, but everything's gone. It's all picked over.
Well, but what's left is deep discount.
If you're one of the 2% that does this, I'm judging you right now. Because Christmas is over. It's done. We're in the next year. We've moved on.
But you're still getting a bunch of, what if you give cash for Christmas and then you all go shopping in January?
Now that makes more sense.
But I'm just telling you what this is. 2% of Americans shop January 2021 for Christmas 2020.
Because the wise men didn't wait till January to bring gold, Frankenstein, and myrrh.
Something like that. I used to buy like in January and February and stuff when things were deep, deep discount. I would try to buy Christmas presents for the following year. And I quickly learned that was not a good idea because you can't do the gift receipt and and then you feel bad giving a gift that's that old. I do. And then you're like, well, you probably found 10 other things between January and December. You wish you would have gotten them instead.
And then you got to hold on to the crap for 12 months.
Yeah, but I have a prize closet. How many ladies listening, and maybe men too, you have a prize? Well, we call it a prize closet because I'm in the radio business. A gift closet.
Where's our gift closet?
Well, actually, I call it a gift closet. I have a gift drawers. You know where my gift drawers are.
Oh, I know where your gift drawer is.
Yeah. But a lot of people have a closet. Well, I call it that because radio, we have a prize closet. So I always call it a prize closet.
You dropping a dime on my head?
No, I'm not dropping a dime on your head. But in radio, whenever we have stuff to give away on the radio, they keep them in the prize closet. So I call it at home my prize closet. Yeah. So if somebody gives me something that I cannot use, but it's a really nice gift, I stick it in the prize closet. Or if I find something a really good deal, I stick it in the prize closet.
Hey, Kelly.
When it's somebody's birthday or they get me a gift for Christmas and I'm like, Kelly, oh, I've got your gift right here. Give me 1 minute. And I run to the prize closet.
It's Boss Man.
There you go.
Hey, Kelly, it's Boss Man.
Yes.
Hey, where's the prize closet?
Well, the prize closet in our office.
Yeah, where is it?
Is behind the phone screening room.
Where is that? I don't know where that is.
To the left.
Okay. Hey, you want to go get sushi today?
Okay.
All right.
It's buy one, get one free sushi at lunch.
Shit, I'm buying. All right.
All right, great.
All right, bye. Ask El Presidente if he wants to go too.
I will.
Okay.
See, and you said we weren't going to be doing impersonations this podcast.
I can't help myself. I'm sorry. You work with and know so many characters.
I do. Very colorful ones.
Very colorful, yes.
This is, like I was saying, people want to hurry up and get Christmas here. I'm not alone on that, right? A lot of people, 2020 has absolutely sucked. A lot of people might be feeling blue, and that's a normal thing. But if your sadness is overwhelming, that's something different. If you're dreading the holidays because it's going to be another war with your family, wouldn't it be great if you had somebody to talk to about that? Well, we're excited to tell you about a sponsor of our podcast called BetterHelp. Alan and I have both been to therapy. We're both open about that. We don't think it's anything to be ashamed of, do we?
Not at all.
And it's helped us greatly put things in perspective. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. They've got therapists who specialize in depression or anxiety. Maybe relationship issues is what you need help with. Sleeping problems, LGBTQ matters, grief. Whatever, they have a therapist that can specialize in your area. Instead of having to drive to the other side of town, sit in an uncomfortable waiting room with BetterHelp, you can talk to your therapist from the comfort, safety, and privacy of your own home because anything you share is completely confidential. It's convenient. You can start communicating with your therapist in under 24 hours. Send a message anytime. You get a timely, thoughtful response, and you can also schedule weekly video or phone sessions, whatever you want. And if you feel like you need a different therapist, like maybe I need a different match, BetterHelp will make it easy and free to change counselors.
And Kelly and I want you to start living a happier life today. And as a listener of ours, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/sandwich. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's betterhelp.com/sandwich. BetterHelp. HELP.com/sandwich.
Great. And we do highly recommend therapy when you need it.
Yeah.
No shame in that whatsoever. All right. So just back to 2020 sucks and we all need another reason to look forward to 2021. Alan, don't look.
I'm not.
Alan always reads my stuff, and I don't want him to read it because this is huge. I am so excited about 2021.
Huge.
Starting the second half of 2021, hopefully a little bit sooner.
Okay.
Home Goods is going to let you start shopping online.
Really?
That's huge.
That's huge. How about that?
That is huge, y'all. Home Goods started in 1992. They have never done online shopping.
How are they going to do that, though?
I
Because
don't
their stuff
know.
is so random.
Who cares? I don't know. But no, it is random, a lot of it, but some of it is the same, right? Maybe they'll have to start, I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it.
Okay, hold on.
I don't know how they're going to do it.
But the reason I like going to Home Goods and digging around is because of that hidden gem.
But you can still do that. You can still do the hidden gems. But what happened was, I think they just realized people are doing online shopping. And, you know, when everything shut down in the spring because of COVID, online retailers were able to keep going. Home Goods couldn't. They had to shut their doors. And remember when they opened, even though we were in masks and they were having people that wouldn't let you in, you know, they were only letting like 20 people in at a time. The store shelves, when Alan and I went, they were practically bare because they weren't able to restock.
Wasn't a lot of inventory.
There was nothing there. They said when Home Goods reopened, people could not get there fast enough. We were so excited. They had a 15% increase in sales compared to the same period last year. Just because we all were like, we've got to go to a store and buy something.
Can I make an observation about Home Goods?
Yeah.
That I noticed during the pandemic.
Yeah.
You know, around here in Texas, USA, God's country, people are really, really good about wearing masks. I mean, I rarely see somebody.
I've seen some people like make a point of.
Have you? Because
I was at a store where people wanted to let them know.
Oh, okay.
Well, they walk in without the mask, knowing they're going to be told to leave, so they can make their statement and leave. I've seen that.
Well, I have not observed that too much. In fact, I rarely see anyone without a mask on nowadays. Mm-hmm. So that is a pretty well followed rule. You know what the least followed rule in the pandemic is? The one that everyone they could give a rat's you know what about. And they just don't care. They don't follow it. Nobody does.
6 feet separation?
No, 6 feet is, remember that lady told me to back off one time at Homie D's because I was like 5 feet.
Well, I can't think of anything else.
It's the little arrows on the floor at Home Goods.
Those are ridiculous. Those are ridiculous.
Nobody gives a rip.
I tried
about the flow in the store. People are going upstream, downstream. They don't care.
I know, and I tried that because I'm a rule follower. I'm a rule follower.
Are you?
Oh yes, I'm a big time rule follower.
Really?
Don't bring up the fact that I go 10 miles over the speed limit. The police officers I could do 8, but I am a rule follower. 90% of the time, Alan, don't call me on something, but you can ask anybody, all my friends and stuff. I'm a rule follower. And so, except when it comes to those arrows on the floor, because I'm not looking down every time and having to, and if there's something on this aisle you have to go around 2 aisles to get back to it. That's a pain in the butt.
Nobody follows those.
No, nobody's, and it's not they're trying to be obnoxious.
They just either don't see it or don't care. There's whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I got on my mask.
I mean, I want to grab a freaking pumpkin spice candle. I'm going upstream to grab it.
So anyway, you can go to homegoods.com right now. You just can't buy anything. I think it just gives you store locations and like ideas. They have like social media people that post really pretty rooms and stuff on there. But less than a year from now, you can shop at homegoods.com.
I seriously,
I thought that was really exciting.
I hope it's not cookie cutter stuff. I hope it's like hidden gems.
I don't know.
Like, you know how sometimes at the big Home Goods, that one in Las Colinas, sometimes you'll walk in and they'll have a freaking like 20-foot tall elephant covered in little mirrors.
Yeah, but we're not going to buy that.
No, I know, but that's like
we got the cutest.
But that's like a one of a kind. One of a kind. And will they sell that online, or will it just be the same candle?
I don't know. Well, Alan, I haven't seen it.
How come you don't know? You're supposed to know.
I read what I had.
Oh, okay. We found
the cutest little man in our garden. We love him. We have a little Buddha Zen garden in the backyard. It's not a Buddha, but he's like
What kind of man is he?
What is he? Is he like a Confucius kind of looking guy?
He's an Asian man.
He's an Asian man. It's so cute. And I saw it at Home Goods. And I was like, Alan, I took a picture of it. Can we get this? Can we get this? And it's really cute.
It's only 3 feet tall, but he weighs about 1,000 pounds.
So cute and subtle.
And you had me hollowed out of it.
And he's a subtle, because I'm not really into yard art except at Christmas, look at our front yard. But like as a general rule of thumb, we don't have like the gnomes and stuff in the backyard. But that little man is pretty cute.
One of the cutest, you said no, one of the cutest things to me in the world is Dylan trying to say lawn gnome.
Yeah, he can't say it.
He says lawn mown.
Lawn mown.
I said, Dylan, Dylan, it's lawn gnome. He goes lawn mown.
Lawn mown.
Lawn mown.
So cute. But things are going to slowly get back to normal in 2021. We're very thankful for that. And, pretty soon, all those people you've been swiping on, you've been swiping if you're single. Some of you married people have been swiping. You ought not be doing that. You ought not be swiping unless you and your spouse have an understanding, I guess.
Whoa.
But you're going to finally be able to start meeting in person, right? Before you get your hopes up after your first date, ladies, I want you to keep something in mind, because this is what I've said about online dating and swiping. We women tend to put, and maybe some men too, I can only speak from a woman's perspective, and the letters I've gotten from listeners is we put so much pressure on that first date, that one date. And, if this isn't it, I'm not doing it again. And I can't tell you how many first dates I went on and never a second date. But I just kept my eye on the prize. I got another date lined up. Here's the thing, according to It's Just Lunch, it's one of those matchmaking services. It says there's only a 13% chance a guy you went out with on a first date will call for a second date after 24 hours have passed. That's not a lot.
That's not a lie.
So, Alan asked me out for a second date. I had a handful of men that I swiped right on who asked me out for a second date. But just because it doesn't happen, the odds are not in your favor. So don't give up if you've gone out on, like, I literally hear from people who say, I tried it. Well, how many dates you go on? 3. Well, that's not giving it a good try, because there's only a 13% chance that he's going to call you back for that second date.
So here's what the kid did.
Are you referring to yourself?
Yes.
See, if he'd done this on our first date, I might not have answered yes to the second date.
The kid played it really cool on the first date.
The kid.
It was pleasant. We both maintained, said a million times on this podcast, it was nice. It was pleasant. There weren't fireworks, but hey,
you know what?
I thought it was good.
It was fine.
It was fine.
It was fine.
So I thought, I'm going to go out with her again.
You're going to bless me with your presence
again?
Yeah,
that's not what I said.
Well, so you're alluding to it.
I can't remember. Did I call or text or say, hey, let's go out
You were
again?
bad about calling. You texted a lot. And I had these firm rules.
I'm not a big phone guy.
I had these firm rules and I did enforce them for a while. If a guy would text me and ask me for a date, I'm like, I know you didn't just ask me by text. You're going to call me. Right?
I didn't do that. Did I?
No, I didn't do that to you.
Oh.
You texted me. We were still, yeah. So I had to let some of my hard rules. You have to let some of your rules go every once in a while.
Oh, but where I was going with that rambling story was that I waited until the third date to bring out the heavy artillery.
The magic.
Yes.
Yeah. And it went over real well. It went over real well. Real well.
Hey.
I remember we were sitting in a Silver Fox Steakhouse.
All I know is people pulled their chairs over to our table.
Yeah. Yeah. So he pulled out a deck of cards and started, and I'm like, and I immediately folded my arms. It went into my defensive posture. I was like, what are you doing?
Hey, I'd seen that bit before. Hey, I had some girls like fold their arms on the first date.
Because you showed him magic on the first date?
Yeah.
And that's when you learned not to do that?
No, if I knew it wasn't going anywhere, I'd just start doing magic on the first date.
So you knew it was a date killer, but you do it anyway?
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you do it with me?
Well, because I knew we had a pleasant time the first 2 times.
So now it was a test of if I was going to stay.
Yes, it was a test of your willpower.
Let me just tell you, magicians never tell their tricks, but Alan told me both of his tricks that night because I was like, I feel stupid. You're making me feel stupid that I don't know how you're doing it. So he showed me how they worked. And I couldn't tell you to this
Yeah,
day.
but you have Hashimoto's.
I can't remember.
You can't remember 10
But in
minutes
that
ago.
moment, I didn't feel stupid because you showed me.
Yes.
Anyway, so if
Sorry, what were we talking about?
if you meet somebody after the first date and they don't ask you back out again, just remember the odds weren't in your favor anyway. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. When I met Alan, I've said this before. I don't know if it's true for Alan though. I think because he had given up and had just started back. He was going to give it one more try. So I might have been your only person you were seeing at that time.
No, I've told you there were like a couple of
but in January.
Couple of stragglers.
But we met like January 7th or something. You just started back.
Right.
So you'd given up.
Yeah.
So at that time, I was the only one at that time.
Well, there's some stragglers from 15 or 16.
We met in January 16.
Okay, so from the end of 15, there might have been a few stragglers. I was defeated. I had given up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when I met Alan, I was having a lot of fun, and I was probably.
So was I.
I was probably seeing.
I was having a lot of fun.
Two other guys when I met you.
I was having a lot of fun too.
I was having a lot of fun. So anyway,
I was having more fun.
My point is I didn't just meet one and say, okay, I'm not going to swipe right on anybody else because I have to give all my energy to this one. No, don't do that. Just play. Don't be a little whore.
Whoa!
I'm being honest. Don't be a little slut and sleep with everybody.
Hey,
this is tough love.
Easy.
This is tough love. 2021 coming hard. 2021, I'm coming hard. Ladies, if you don't want to be single in 2022, start playing it a little differently.
Look,
what hasn't worked for you, let's change it up.
Hey,
if you're that horny, you just want to sleep with it and get it over with, do it. But if you want a relationship, you don't give that up right off the bat. You just don't. What?
Nothing.
What do you want to say? You want to encourage them to sleep with everybody on the first day?
No.
What could you possibly say that would contradict that?
Nothing. I wouldn't say anything that would contradict anything you said. I would just change my voice when you say words like that.
No, because I'm back at what I say. I mean what I say.
Well, so I mean what I say too, but I change my voice when I say whore.
Look at how bad it
horny.
is. Let's say.
What else did you say?
I said slut and hoe.
Slut, hoe, and horny.
If the odds are he's not going to call you back for a second date, only 13% chance, then you slept with him, do you know how much worse you're going to feel? You're going to feel used. I'd rather just feel rejected than used. Okay. But if you've already swiped right and you've fallen in love.
Hey, hold on. Some women, they do that as much as guys.
That's what I said. If you just want to have sex with them and get it over with, go. But if you want, did you not hear me? I said, if you want a real relationship to have a chance, there have been a lot of people who have slept with each other on the first date and they're married 25, 30 years and that it can work.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't, you have a better chance of it working if you don't do that right off the bat.
I agree with that.
Okay.
I just want to
sleep with everybody if you want.
I just want to put on the record that women like sex as much as men, maybe more on the first day.
I don't know why you're talking that way.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But let's just say you've swiped right, y'all dated for a long time, and this is probably the one. Ladies, we only have a few weeks left of 2020. Make sure your nails are done. Make sure you look at least presentable most of the time, because apparently a third of all engagements happen in the last couple months of the year. People like to get engaged around the holidays. So this is the time. And if you want to look cute, because he's going to have his friend hiding around behind some tree taking your picture, and then you're going to have to do a close-up of your hands, just go ahead and be on the safe side. If a third of all engagements and you think it's going to be coming, I would go ahead and make sure your nails are done. Even if you can't go to the salon, at least make sure, you don't have that chipped off nail polish. Make sure you have just a little bit of maybe just some mascara. Your hair looks kind of good, because those pictures are going to last forever, Alan.
That's true.
And I'm going to tell you, if I'd have known Alan was going to propose to me the night he did, because I would not have worn that blouse. I would not have worn the blouse I wore, but my nails were done. And I did have my makeup done because I thought we were going to a basketball game.
And I wish all our listeners could have been there. Was it a week before? Maybe not even a week. Alan, you need to know my vacation schedule.
That's right.
I can't wait all year.
I knew he was going to propose. I just didn't know
You know,
when.
if we're going to do it, we need to get serious now.
Yeah. I said,
You
because
know?
if you don't propose to me soon.
I only got vacation twice a year.
That's right. I said, if you don't propose to me soon, we're going to have to get married at Christmas. And I don't want to get married at Christmas. I want to get married in July.
I don't want to get married at Christmas. And I'm just thinking.
I was so mad at him.
I'm just thinking, would you just.
What? What? Would I what?
Just.
Shut up? Is that what you want to say?
Hush your bite-hole.
But I'll tell you.
Your engagement ring's in my trunk.
See, and I didn't know that. I'm just like, time's a ticking and I got to plan a wedding. Anyway, I would not have worn that blouse. It was not a flattering blouse. But anyway, I digress. So just make sure you look cute the next couple of months. And if it doesn't happen by New Year's Eve, then you got to worry about by Valentine's Day. So just look good in the winter. Do the best you can, just in case.
Winter isn't typically everyone's kind of like best time, is it?
Well, we do, you know, when we got engaged, we were both we were happy weight.
Whoa, wait.
Look back at our pictures.
I was happy weight?
I was happy weight.
No, I was happy.
I was real happy weight.
I was big, husky AE. Big, thick AE.
Yeah, that's all right. I love you.
Oh,
so look, I'm going to give you, because we got other things to get to, but somebody, it was really interesting. They wrote an article, 8 things to do before you get married. So if you are about to get engaged, there's some things you need to do before you get married. And I want to give you that list in one second. But real quick, you know, life is stressful, and taking time for yourself to relax and unwind, it's very important. That's self-care. And, you know, I like a glass of wine to de-stress. I can't really do that in the middle of the day because I can't function so well after that. And a hot bath I love, but if I have a hot bath, I can't hold my eyes open. I got to go to bed. So that's why one of my new favorite ways to de-stress, especially in the middle of the day when I've got a lot going on, I'm like, you know what? I need a minute. Solitaire Grand Harvest. It's a game. I pull out my little cell phone and I start playing. It's everything you love about playing Tri-Peaks Solitaire, all wrapped up in a happy, fun farm setting. You get to enjoy the sights and sounds of farm life while you level up your solitaire skills. If you've ever played solitaire before, you can do this. And if you haven't ever played solitaire before, but who hasn't, right? You can still do this. It's pretty easy, really quick to catch on. And it's just a relaxing treat for your mind with some fun, challenging levels. You can play anywhere, anytime. Play your cards right to advance and earn hourly bonuses based on how many crops you grow. And the more you play, the more crops you harvest and the more bonuses you collect. You visit every day, you get a little goodie. Spin the bonus wheel to grab fun prizes like free coins, bonus cards, extra harvest, and more. And did I mention it's free to play? It's free to play. If you connect your social accounts, you can see how your other friends are progressing in Solitaire Grand Harvest. Even have a little friendly competition while you're stuck at home. And right now I'm collecting gems and building attractions at the Harvest Festival. And I am on level 46. If you'd like to get started and catch up with me.
And whether you're stuck inside or just dreaming of the great outdoors, now you can have a fun farm-style getaway right at your fingertips. Download Solitaire Grand Harvest for free today in the Apple App Store, Google Play, and Amazon.
It's everywhere.
Solitaire Grand Harvest.
Level 46. That's me. You think I should be higher than 46 by now?
Get it, babe. How many levels are there?
It's endless, I think.
It's endless.
Well, I don't know. I'm sure they're adding new levels all the time for people like me that's like knocking them out the way I do.
You love that game.
All right. So this lovely woman named Tanya Hussein, she wrote an article for yourtango.com. 8 things to do before you get married. So you put a ring on it, or if he's thinking about putting a ring on it, here's some things you must do according to this advice.
Have sex.
Number 1. Well, I'm getting to that. Let's go in order though. Travel.
Okay.
This is really very important. How you travel with someone, it can make or break a relationship. And Bill Murray, actually, you know how Bill Murray, the comedian, likes to crash things. He'll crash people's weddings and pictures and stuff. He actually crashed a bachelor party back in 2014. And somebody asked them, his advice. He said, travel is the best test of true love. If you can travel the globe with someone, visit places that are hard to get to or hard to get out of, yet still be in love at the end of it, marry that person. Researchers also say travel strengthens emotional and physical intimacy while furthering bonding. And this is one of the reasons they send people on The Bachelor and Bachelorette, when they're not in quarantine like they are right now, traveling all around the world. That's one of the reasons, because traveling does something. It stimulates those feelings of intimacy. You're in a foreign culture, a foreign country. We're doing this together. Look at us bonding, and then they get back to real life and they don't have, the camera crews and everybody setting up all these adventures for them, but it does make a difference.
I think we travel well together.
We do travel well together.
You were panicking about traveling with me the first time, though. Real nervous about it.
Well, yeah, because as you said the last time on the phone, on the podcast, you could hear me using the bathroom.
No.
That was the first time we traveled together.
No, I thought it was when I took you to Lubbock. Was that before?
Was that before or after Wine Country?
I don't know, but you were panicking about what are we going to talk about in the car.
Well, how many hours drive was that?
About 5 hours from
That's
Dallas.
5 hours of talking. That's a lot.
No, I mean, we listened to music. We talked.
We
stopped at Dairy Queen. We did all kinds of stuff.
Alan was really great. He downloaded like all of Prince's albums or something. And so we could do like a fun Prince sing along for part of it.
Because didn't he pass like real close to that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool. Number 2, discuss financial issues. The good, the bad, the ugly of finances is important to discuss. This financial planner named Kellie Long, she wrote this article in the Wall Street Journal, and basically money secrets have no place in a marriage. From credit card debt, student loans, fiscal discussions help understand how to handle finances and spending habits, since poor money practices are a major indicator of divorce. If discussed candidly, it can be a major strength. We didn't really come into we've both been married, been there, done that. So we weren't really, I don't know, if we got married and then I kind of sprung to you, honey, look, I have this 6-figure credit card debt. Would you have looked at me differently?
That would have been a big surprise.
Yeah.
A 6-figure.
I'm just saying, I don't know. Whatever it was.
No, we had a good understanding of each other's financial situations.
We kind of knew where we were coming from.
Yeah, we kind of knew what the deal was.
But we never sat down and said, okay, I make this much money. How much do you make? How are we going to split we never sat down and said, did we talk about having a joint checking account? Did we talk? I don't even know.
I don't remember that.
I was just so happy to have somebody do it because I had done it my whole life. I was like, here, honey, take care of everything. And I gave you the checkbook and I let you pay all the bills. And it was a real leap of faith on my part because I've always done that. And to trust you to take care of it, that was huge for me.
Well, first thing I did is get in there and cut unneeded costs. There was a lot of that.
Did. He sat down, I remember, at the kitchen table one day for like 8 hours trying to get the cable bill straightened out or something. What was it?
I don't know.
It was 8 hours. He was nonstop. He was just trying to make smarter choices.
I'm joking and not joking. I mean, Kellie and I had duplicate on a lot of stuff. We had duplicate cables. We had 2 different cell phone providers. We were spending a lot more money as individuals than we would when we bring everything together, right?
Yeah, so that was a job for you to get it all combined.
Yeah, so it took a while to figure all that out. But yeah, you save a lot of money that way when you combine your money.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Number 3, meet the family. My Big Fat Greek Wedding wasn't just a romantic comedy. It was a true story. When you get married to someone, you really do marry into their family. Maybe not like the mafia, or maybe like the mafia, but they become an extension of you. By meeting their folks, you can understand love styles, values they were brought up on, family dynamics, potential parenting styles, and figure out how to avoid family drama. And for some people, to avoid the family drama, you avoid the family, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to decide, is it worth me marrying into that family? Because I know people can it's like, I can call my baby ugly, but you can't call my baby ugly. It's one of those things. So you have to also learn that you can never criticize your spouse's family.
Agreed.
Don't you think?
Yeah. But
you also have to say, oh, I don't know if I want to marry into this crazy. Because you do marry into the family.
Well, sometimes you don't know it's crazy until you get in it.
It's too late. It's too late.
Then what are you going to do?
But if you elope with someone, if you have this whirlwind romance and everything's great, and then you meet the family, you're like, It's like on The Bachelor and Bachelorette when they finally get to meet the family for those home visits. That's the only time Alan ever watches the hometown visits. But I don't know if they're going to have hometown visits this season because they're in quarantine.
Are they still doing Bachelorette?
Yeah, they're all stuck at this. Alan won't watch until it's the final four because that's when they go home to meet the families, and he figures that's all he needs to see. And he watches from that point on and does get invested, but at that point he does not. But they're all stuck at this hotel, this big spa resort in California. So I don't know how they're going to do the hometown.
Man,
visits.
every year I think the group of guys they have on there is the biggest bunch of douches that I've ever seen. And then the next year just tops them.
It's fun. The batch. Tasha, y'all, if y'all are not watching.
She's great.
Tasha is so awesome. I love her. I love her personality.
I'm down with her.
I love her personality, her attitude. Love her. She can do no wrong yet. She hasn't screwed up yet.
She's pretty hot too.
She's very hot. All right. So number 4, talk about faith and politics. Don't you wish you had this discussion before you headed into 2020? It's been a brutal year, right? Anyway, sometimes the biggest arguments rise from the discussion of faith and politics.
Kellie.
This is why talking about these two are vital before tying the knot, especially if you hope to raise a family together, because especially if you're coming from 2 different religions,
I was wrong.
you may think it doesn't matter until it comes time to, oh, we have children now. Where are we going to go to church? And then it becomes a problem.
Kellie.
It doesn't matter so much as to what your faith or political views are separately, but that you two can come together on mutual agreements and grow.
Agreed. I'm down with that too.
Do you think it's possible to have, especially after 2020, to have 2 different political affiliations in the same household?
Sure it is.
It would be hard, but you just have to learn what boundaries you can and can't cross.
Well, if there are 2 adults in the house, yeah, I think it would be possible.
But it's like Florida-Georgia line. Did y'all hear me talk about that on the show, Miss Top 5? They stopped, one of them unfollowed the other because one was a huge Trump supporter and one was a huge Biden supporter. And the Biden supporter unfollowed the Trump supporter because he said, I can't remember the names, but he said, I love you in real life, but I don't love what I see on your Instagram. So he unfollowed him and people just thought they were breaking up. And he said, no, we love each other like brothers, but I just couldn't see that. I had to unfollow some people because I just didn't. It was just so ugly. I don't want to see that.
They didn't want to see each other's social media.
Right.
But are they still friends?
They're still a group. They did not break up.
Oh, okay.
Number 5, and here's something that Alan already brought into the relationship: create bucket lists. But not.
They got that on there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How about that?
Bucket lists are fun when you want to achieve and experience something out of the ordinary. By creating one for you and your partner from the mundane to the wacky, and we do mean wacky, not only is it an enjoyable way to connect with each other and embrace mutual quirks, but varied tasks create a profound effect on communication and connection. But you don't have like this vague bucket list before I die. You said, I like to do an annual bucket list.
If you do a bucket list before you die, you'll never do it.
Right. So it has to be an annual thing.
You got to put some time on it.
But you also have to be realistic, because the first year we did a bucket list and I thought we were pretty good. We tackled a lot on that bucket list. And then the next year I was kind of like really vague. Is obtuse the right word?
You won't do it if they're vague.
And it was just like, it was nothing specific. And I didn't do it. And then this year, we should go pull out the bucket list and read it, because 2020 just screwed everything up.
I don't know how much we did.
I'll have to go look.
Well,
I know where it is.
I had RV with the boys on mine.
You did that. Yeah.
I knocked that out.
I'll go look at that, but we'll have to go over our bucket list before the end of the year.
We'll whip it out and take a look at it.
Because Alan and I's tradition, because I was hosting a New Year's Eve party for many years, we would go out on December 30th to a nice steak dinner or whatever. And we'd pull out the book, and we'd each write down what we wanted to accomplish in the year ahead.
We're going to do it again this year.
Yeah, we might just cross out the 0 and make it a 1, 2021. I don't know.
Wow.
Number 6, learn sexual expectations.
What does that mean?
These are the 8 things to do before you get married, according to Tanya Hussein.
Expectations?
Since sexual incompatibility is one of the leading causes of marital dissatisfaction, infidelity, and divorce, figure out if you and your partner are sexually compatible by talking openly. It might seem a tad taboo to talk about it initially, But if you and your partner are truly a perfect match, communication should be a breeze in and out of the bedroom without fear of judgment or criticism.
Okay.
No comments from the peanut gallery on
Do you
that?
want me to comment on this?
Do I?
I don't know. I will talk openly here on
Go
this
ahead.
podcast. Okay.
Are you going to change your voice?
No, we've how can I say this?
I don't know.
No, there are certain things that I prefer that you don't necessarily prefer. And we've talked openly. And I think I've tried to make you feel comfortable when performing these acrobatics.
Yeah, he's so full of crap right now.
Really? I'm so full of crap?
Acrobatics?
Yes.
When have I done anything acrobatic?
Well, you told us 3 podcasts ago you hike your leg up on the top of the shower. Okay.
On the ledge to shave my leg.
Yes. So it's not that far of a stretch to think of acrobatics.
All right, you'll have to remind me of these things later. I can't remember.
No, I mean,
I can't remember that conversation.
Well,
all right, decide if you want kids. Now, Alan and I, this is a second marriage for both of us. I came into the marriage with 1. He came in with 3. If I was physically able to have another child, I would have loved to have had another baby with Alan. I would have loved to. Not in the cards for us, but you need to discuss that because I wanted to go through the process of childbirth because I only was pregnant once and I really wanted to, and I did not have a great experience, and I wanted to have a beautiful experience being pregnant. So if that's not in the possibility, but you really want another child, is adoption a possibility? These are things you need to talk about before you get married. Having this talk helps present a balanced dynamic without any unexpected surprises down the road. If they don't want children now or vice versa, don't start thinking, oh, their mind will change over the years while you compromise on what you want. If this is the present case, both of you might be better off with someone else. And we've seen that.
Yeah, that's a big one. I mean,
people say, I want kids maybe one day, and then about 5 years in, no, I don't really want kids. And then what do? It's like, well, that's 5 years of fertility out the window.
You got to be on the same page there.
Yeah.
And maybe for us, that was, God's intervention there, because at this point in my life, I would not want any more kids.
Yeah, I'm tired.
And if I had met somebody,
but I would love to have had a baby with you.
And if I had met somebody that I definitely want kids, it wouldn't work.
Well, see, that's what I told Big Al, because when Big Al was dating a woman much younger than he, and she wanted children, and he's like, I don't want any more children. And then he's like thinking, all right, well, maybe I'll let her have 1. And so when she heard that, she's like, well, now I want 2. And it was just like a big, and they're not together anymore. She's married to someone her own age who can give her babies. All right. So number 8, last thing, examine conflict. Take part in activities together, whether through creative projects or common goals. If complications arise, but you two argue fairly, you're good to go. So
we did that.
Yeah. You need.
Remember when I threw you off the back?
Friends.
Remember when I threw you off the back of that jet ski?
That wasn't a really big fight, but you did make me get back on, because I was like, I'm done. And I was like, get back on. And I did. But like words with friends, that was a huge test of our relationship. It was.
Okay.
It was.
Okay.
But honestly,
I've just given up on that.
Because I'm not going to name names, but I knew somebody, and when she and he got married, she's like, we never fight. If it's work, you shouldn't have to work at love. Mm-hmm. It's not that. And then I ran into her about 5 or 6 years later. They are still married. She's like, girl, I don't know what I was thinking. Because, for a lot of people, it is sunshine and roses, and you don't ever fight. And then suddenly you get married and you're like, what? And then conflict comes up and you're like, oh, that's a side of you I never thought I'd see. And some people fight really ugly and really unfair. Fighting fair is huge in a marriage. So if you see some things that are warning signs, y'all need to figure that out while you're just engaged and not married, because once you got a ring on it, there's certain things you can change about how you fight.
On one of the very first podcasts we did, we talked about this. Mm-hmm. And I maintained that you should do some type of project with your prospective future spouse.
That's stressful. That is a little bit stressful.
A project that requires a lot of teamwork.
Yeah.
Wallpapering, painting a room, building something,
landscaping,
landscaping. Really, a job that requires. And it's funny, Kelly brings that up. Before we were married, I was helping her with some of her landscaping at her house that she was living in. And I didn't even ask Kelly, but she really was a great helper. I mean, she was running.
I was still trying to impress you.
She was running me stuff, and I was like, wow, she's a good help.
I was trying to show you what a team player I was.
Oh, yeah.
And then yesterday, Alan's out in the yard for like 8 hours, put up Christmas lights, and I never checked on him once.
I'll tell you what, guys.
I never checked on him once. In my defense, I had a sinus headache, you cannot believe. I was so sick with the sinus headache.
I could have freaking died tits up out there, and nobody would have found me for 8 hours.
I felt horrible. I swear, it never even crossed my mind to check on him.
I had no water.
He came in the house.
I was dizzy.
Yes, he came in the house. He's like, I think I'm going to get something to drink. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Did you need something? I feel so bad.
No, I'm fine.
I never thought to check on him.
I was good.
But man, he's out there, and we were first dating like 4 months. I'm like, what can I bring you, honey? You're so sexy.
One of our neighbors asked me if I was okay.
Oh, it was so bad. I felt bad about that.
That's okay.
But those are the 8 things to kind of keep in mind before you walk down the aisle.
That's good stuff. That's good content.
I try to be helpful where I can.
Very helpful, babe.
You know, Alan, life with him is never boring, right?
I don't know. I don't live with myself.
So if you live with a man that's not boring, you don't want to give him some boring gift. Boring gifts are boring. Give them a gift because you want to surprise your man during the holidays. Have you ever heard of man crates? Man crates are really cool. Jenna from the Kid Craddock Morning Show actually introduced them to us. Yeah, on the nationally syndicated. She found these. She used to do her favorite things segment. And this is one of her favorite things, a man crate, because you can order. They have oh my God, how many? You went to the website.
Dozens and dozens.
Hundreds maybe. There are all these different types of crates you can order. So like Alan's really into whiskeys. You can order the whiskey appreciation crate.
They have a whiskey making crate.
They have like snack crates. So like if your man's like really into candy.
Jerky.
And they have some that are like throwbacks, like from stuff from your childhood. You're like, oh my God, I haven't seen these since my childhood. Those kind of crates, jerky trays. Yeah. So the thing is, like Jenna said, and this is the thing, you have to break into the crate. That's part of the fun. A man has to break stuff up. So they send you like a little baby crowbar with it. And you've got to break into the crate. And what they encourage you to do is film your man opening it, because it's really kind of funny to see because it's, a man doesn't want to be stumped in front of his woman, especially. They're like, I'm going to open this crate. It's really cute. And you have hundreds of totally unique gift options available at mancrates.com. I already told you about the whiskey appreciation. They have the Grill Master crate if your man's into grilling. It has a brass knuckle meat tenderizer in it. That's fun and manly, pounded out with brass knuckles.
That is very manly.
A cast iron smoker box, steak thermometers, more. So fun things like that. Man Crates packs the gift in a unique container. Watching it, like I said, you got to film it. It's really fun. They can also do free personalization. And every Man Crate gift comes with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. He will think it's awesome. If he does it, Man Crates wants you to be happy. They want you to keep coming back, Man Crate after Man Crate, and they will make it right.
So check out an endless selection of personalized gifts the guys in your life will love, and their best discounts available at mancrates.com/sandwich. That's mancrates.com/sandwich. mancrates.com/sandwich.
Check those men off your list, ladies. mancrates.com/sandwich.
All right, babe. What we're going to do here is bring it home for Jerome with a little bit of content I brought to the show.
Thank you.
Well, you've been talking
nonstop. I've been talking nonstop.
Well, that's not, you finished my sentence, but that's not what I was going to say. I said, you've been talking a lot about relationship stuff. And I had two pieces.
Stop talking about it.
I had 2 pieces of content here ready to go. And I think I'm going to go with the relationship stuff.
Okay. Keep a theme of it.
Keep the theme of it going. Yeah. So this is kind of a story I want to tell about a couple. And this is shocking stuff. But a lot to be learned from this, I think.
Okay.
All right. So I'm just going to do it at a real high level, and you can tell me what you think about really this guy. He's kind of the main character.
Sorry, my coasters are not working.
Have you ever heard of a guy named Carl Tanzler?
No.
Have you not? Okay. Carl Tanzler, he was a dude that was born to a Jewish family February 8th, 1877 in Germany. Okay. Tanzler grew up in Germany. Some point, he found his way to Australia just prior to the outbreak of World War I. Now, around 1920, he married Doris Schaefer, and together they had 2 children, Aisha and Clarissa. Clarissa died in 1934 of diphtheria. Okay. Tanzler emigrated to the U.S. from Germany in 1926, and he sailed from Rotterdam to Havana, Cuba. From Cuba, he settled in Zephyrhills, Florida, where his sister had already emigrated.
Hills?
Zephyr Hills?
Zephyr Hills?
Zephyrhills? Zephyr Hills? Someone in Florida is yelling at me right now.
That says Zephyr Hills.
Okay, let's just say Florida. And he was later joined by his wife and 2 daughters. This is before one of his daughters died. Leaving his family behind in Zephyr Hills in 1927, he took a job as a radiology technician at the U.S. Marine Hospital in Key West under the name Carl von Kossel. Okay, here's where it starts getting weird.
So that wasn't his real name?
Well, he was born Carl Tanzler.
Why did he change it?
Well, I don't know. During his childhood in Germany and later while traveling briefly in Italy, Tanzler claimed to have been visited by visions of a dead, purported ancestor, Countess Anna Constantia von Kossel.
Well, that's why he changed his name.
Who revealed the face of his true love, an exotic, dark-haired woman to him. Okay? Now, in April 1930, he was working at the Marine Hospital in Key West. Tanzler met Maria Elena Helen's the name she went by, Milagro de Hoyos.
What? Why don't people go by their names?
Well, she was Helen, a local Cuban-American woman who had been brought to the hospital by her mother for an examination by Tanzler. Tanzler immediately recognized her as the beautiful, dark-haired woman that had been revealed to him in his visions. By all accounts, Hoyos was viewed as a local beauty in Key West.
Was he still married?
That is unclear. Elena was eventually diagnosed with tuberculosis, typically fatal at the time. Tanzler tried everything he could. His self-professed medical knowledge attempted to treat and cure her with a variety of medicines, as well as X-ray and electrical equipment that were brought to her home, to Hoyos' home, Helen's home. Tanzler showered her with gifts, jewelry, clothing, and allegedly professed his love to her. But no evidence has ever surfaced to show that any of his affection was reciprocated. Well, she died, right? She died of tuberculosis. One evening in April 1933, Tanzler crept through the cemetery where Elena was buried and removed her body from the mausoleum, carting it through the cemetery after dark on a toy wagon and transporting it to his home. He reportedly said that Elena's spirit would come to him.
Okay, he's crazy.
When he would sit by her grave and serenade her corpse with a favorite Spanish song. He also said that she would often tell him to take her from the grave. All right. Tanzler attached the corpse's bones together with piano wire and fitted the face with glass eyes. As the corpse decomposed,
he's crazy, y'all.
Tanzler replaced it with silk cloth soaked in wax and plaster of Paris. As the hair fell out of Elena's decomposing scalp, Tanzler fashioned a wig from her hair that he had previously obtained from her mother. He filled the corpse's abdominal chest cavity with rags to keep the original form and kept the body in his bed. He used copious amounts of perfume, disinfectants, and preserving agents to mask the odor. Okay, in 1940, 7 years later.
So he kept her for 7 years?
7 years later, Elena's sister, Florindia, heard rumors of Tansler sleeping with the disinterred. I don't even know what that word means.
Disinterred?
Disinterred?
Well, to interment means to bury them, right? So that'd be
So
disinterred.
not buried.
Mhm.
Body of her sister, and confronted Tansler at her home, where Elena's body was eventually discovered. He was caught dancing with her corpse in front of an open window.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Florindia notified the authorities. Tansler was arrested and detained. He was psychiatrically examined and found medically competent to stand trial. At the preliminary hearing, October 1940, Tansler was held to answer on the charge of exhuming a body without authorization. The case was dropped and he was released because of the statute of limitation for the crime that had expired. So this drew a lot of media at the time, especially from the Key West Citizen and Miami Herald. The public mood was generally sympathetic to Tansler, who many viewed as an eccentric, but as romantic.
I wouldn't be sympathetic to that.
Is that the most and there's more, but I don't know that I'm going to go into it. Is that the most?
Why would you tell that?
Well, I was going through my Instagram feed and I follow an account. You do too. History.
Yeah.
The history account.
Am I still following it though?
Maybe.
I think I am.
But I saw
On
a picture.
Instagram?
I saw a picture and it looked like there was this paper mache head
And it was her?
with eyebrows drawn on it. And I'm like, what the hell is that?
It was her?
It was her.
I'll have to look it up after the podcast.
So I Googled this cat, Tansler, and I looked on Wikipedia and found all this.
So what happened to him after that? He just lived his life with her, or they took the body away? What happened to the body?
They took it away.
Did they rebury it?
But they think he might have got it back from the family. That's unclear. But there are accusations which can't be substantiated
Like
of
he loved it.
necrophilia.
Yeah, he loved her.
So there's
Sick people in this world. I don't know why you told that
There's
story.
a relationship story for you. What kind of love letter analysis would you?
That's gross. That's so gross.
Anything
and creepy
you could
and sad.
Any advice for the guy?
No, none. I'm assuming he's dead now.
Well, yeah, this was in 1940.
Yeah, that's gross. On that
That's-
note,
yeah.
happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. As you stuff your turkeys like Tansler stuffed his corpse.
Oh, okay. I don't know why you shared that. That was so gross.
It was
I was
just-
waiting for the happy ending.
It was
They let him go.
There's not really a happy ending.
They let him go. Interesting.
Yeah, there's not a happy
Right.
ending. It's just, I don't know. I just read things like that. It reminded me how we were watching the Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah, Alan and I have just started
Which is
watching.
creepy. That was creepy.
Just started watching on Netflix Unsolved Mysteries because Alan is over me watching the Great British Baking Show.
I'm not
I'm
over it.
addicted. He's like, I cannot believe you're
You've
still
watched
watching
a lot
it.
of baking.
I've been watching a marathon. I've been watching a marathon. It's just nice to have on. They're also nice. It's the Great British Baking Show. And they're just so helpful and sweet. And it brings a little tear to my eye at the end of every episode when they have to say goodbye to someone. And I looked it up, because they have this big competition. They last for weeks. And the last person standing, the last person baking, wins a cake stand and a bouquet of flowers. And I'm like, certainly they have to win something more. And I looked it up and they don't. That's all they get. It's just the pride of winning.
Mm-hmm.
In America, you got to give them $1 million in a recording contract or
I
something.
like the dude on there and the woman that judge.
Yeah.
Because they're not like the U.S. What's the guy we like on?
Gordon Ramsay.
No. Tom.
Oh, from Top Chef.
From Top Chef.
Calvicchio or something.
Yeah, they're so judgy.
Yeah, well, he's
The
judgy,
ones
but
on
he's
this
nice.
show aren't
They're
judgy.
Nice. He's been constant because I've been watching marathons. I've been going backwards. She wasn't the original host.
Who?
The lady that we watch, Prue. The old lady
Oh,
Prue. But anyway, I love it. I love the Great British
the old lady,
Baking
her name's
Show.
Prue?
Prue.
What's the dude's name?
I just went blank.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, I just went blank.
sorry.
He's really handsome. He's got gray hair and a gray beard.
I hope I have hair like that when I'm his age.
I just went completely
Or
blank.
maybe I am his age.
You get it? Hollywood. Paul.
His name's Hollywood?
Paul Hollywood.
Is that really his name?
It's his real name.
Oh, come on.
It is. Kellie Rasberry. Oh, come on.
Yeah, but that's not spelled like a raspberry.
Well, he's Paul Hollywood. All right. So anyway, that's my recommendation for Netflix. But Alan was saying we started watching Unsolved Mysteries. Let's go watch another one.
It's too creepy. That's what reminded me of that story. Reminded me of
It's not too creepy.
One of those unsolved mysteries.
It's not too creepy. Let's go watch another one.
That's kind of creepy.
Let's wrap up the podcast. We thank you all for hanging out with us. It was great. The next time we talk to you, it'll be Thanksgiving. So, and real quick, I meant to say this at the beginning of the podcast and I forgot. I am asked every year for my mama's macaroni and cheese recipe. If you want it, I always have to relink it. I finally put it on my Instagram stories where I save them on the highlights. So I did a video where I make it and I've got the directions on there. But if you go to my Instagram at Kellie Rasberry, click on the highlights, the recipe for my mama's macaroni and cheese is on there. It's, just a couple minutes of your life. You can, and I even typed out the little instructions. Okay. So there you go. For your Thanksgiving, you're going to thank me. Everybody loves it. It's super easy. People DM me all the time how much they love it.
Everybody loves it. Everyone says so. It's terrific.
Yes.
Can you do that in a different voice?
Why would I do that?
Everyone loves it. Believe me. Everybody says so. I don't know why I sound like Ronald Reagan.
Again, the impersonations just will not stop.
All right, babe. Well, I love you desperately.
I love you too.
I love our listeners desperately.
Love y'all.
Love Thanksgiving desperately.
Make that macaroni and cheese. You won't be sorry.
I love your mom's macaroni and cheese desperately.
So good.
No, I can be Fat Al on that all day, every day.
Very, very good. And easy.
It's good stuff. But I'm sure we'll podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich. Bye.
All right.
All right.
Can I reach in here and get I have a hangnail like you would not believe. Driving me nuts.
What happened?
So you're going to send that off and then we'll do the other one tomorrow. We'll be done.
Hello, Christy Kincaid Norris. So, Sin said, "Yay, Kellie's finally using highlights." Is that your first highlight?
Well, I did it wrong. I had to delete it and do it over. It was my first highlight, but I did it so wrong.
Why don't you throw more stuff on your highlights?
Because not everything's worth highlighting.
Okay.
What else have I done that's worth highlighting?
I don't know. You got to post on social media to have highlights. Right?
What do you put on your highlights?
Bunch of random stuff. I have recipes on there.
Well, if you do a lot of highlights, they're not special. You have to make them special.
I got recipes. I got stuff I do with the kids. I got golf stuff. What else I got out there? Oh, guys don't. What's that bit I'm doing? Guy no-nos. Guy don't.
Oh, have you been doing that more?
I just posted another one.
Yeah, I'll make some more. I'll make my mom's Mexican casserole. It's Mexican corn casserole. It's so good and easy too. Okay, thank you. I had a hangnail like you wouldn't believe. Are you talking to people?
I'll be yawning. I'm trying to get oxygen. Need my little... Stop talking. All right, guys, what'd I miss? West Virginia. Hello, Holly. Great state of West Virginia. Oh, hey Sam. It's just a Metallica shirt. It's not a album or song or anything. It just has their logo. That's it. My man. Sarah, that was the most wheels off story I've ever seen. I mean, wheels the freaking off. Go to Instagram and look up let me find it. I think the account is called History. And they always post really cool stuff. But let me see if I can find it for you. Yeah, it's just called History. Well, maybe not. History Daily Picks.
I don't think I have that.
Yeah, well, crap. It's History Daily Picks. History Daily PIX.
Because I think I follow History.
So I'm going through my feed and then I see that.
Yeah, I follow History at History.
Yeah, I follow that one too. And I'm like, what in the hell is that? So then I start looking and I'm like, oh my.
Which one did you see? That
God.
one?
Well, they don't always post stuff like that. It's like different historical things. Like there's Walt Disney, well, that's why it caught me because I'm like, whoa, what is that?
Oh, he inserted a tube inside her body. Ooh.
Yeah, that's the part I didn't go into in a lot of great detail. History Daily Picks. Yeah, check that out. It's really pretty interesting, but man, that one caught me off guard. I'm like, whoa. It's an iPhone. No, it's not an iPhone 12. I don't have the 12. It's an iPhone 11 Pro Max. See, it's got the 3 cameras. I don't have the 4 cameras. I got the 3 cameras. See, it's a cool account.
Yeah, I'll look at it later. I gotta finish this. I gotta finish this.
I'll be laying there someday. You're just gonna draw eyebrows on me. Make my skin paper mache. Just
you put a clothes hanger up in there.
Be casket ready. How is that a dime, Kara? It's not a dime. It's no dime. This is, I guess, a 1-year-old phone. It's not a dime. A dime would be if you had the 12. That'd be a dime. There are a lot of dimes dropped on this. Kelly was dropping dimes. Y'all were dropping dimes.
How was I dropping a dime?
A lot of dimes. Bethany was dropping the most dimes. Sin was dropping dimes. Everybody's dropping dimes. Bethany threw down back in the day, when I was looking for a wedding dress, I needed a 00.
Who said that?
Bethany.
Wow.
I know.
Super skinny.
Dime.
That's not a dime.
It's on my head. Here, take it. You can have it. You can have it back.
You totally bastardized the word dropping a dime. That's not what it means.
I'm the one that told you what it means.
But you're
all of a sudden are you telling me like how my game works?
But you're changing the definition.
It's my game.
But you've changed the game.
I can do that because it's my game. Oh, and then she threw down the I've never been to that Home Goods, but the one in Highland Village is probably the best one. Home Goods. Wow.
Oh,
I don't even know where that is.
When we travel to anywhere, we always find the Home Goods because we love Home Goods. I should have said that on the podcast.
Or the Nordstrom Rack or the Ross.
What do we call on this podcast? A sandwich and some necrophilia?
Oh, no. Let's not call it that.
No.
Well, most of it was the 8 things to do before you're married.
And some 8 rules before marriage.
Yeah.
Is that what it was called? 8. Kellie and Alan.
Yep. Bethany shops at Highland Village Park. Like, isn't that down in University Park or Highland Park or somewhere down there? I didn't even
Highland
know.
Village? No.
Oh, it's not?
Highland Village is up 35,
Oh, it is?
going toward Denton.
I thought that was Highland Park.
No, Highland Village is up.
I think she meant to say Highland Park.
No, probably meant Highland Village.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Highland Park? I don't know the difference. I've never been to either because I'm sure they're both bougie. So I just go to Home Goods Plano, or no, Home Goods Frisco. That's where I go. Did you really? Wow, that's a coincidence, Sarah. Did you get any good stuff? Not bougie AF. Never been bougie, never will be bougie. Definitely not bougie AF. Long Prairie Road and 407. Is that up there near Corinth? Is that near Corinth? Prairie Road, Long Prairie Road and 407. I know where Corinth is because that's where Dr. Susan Ty is, who cured my sleep apnea. Ad. Not bougie. Never been bougie. Never will be bougie. Flower Mound of Corinth is close by. Oh, okay. Just a simple man. Simple man sin. Simple man. Drive a pickup truck. Listen to country music. Not bougie at all. Oh, the Dom bottle? Across from Flower Mound. Oh, okay. Flower Mound's kind of bougie, isn't it? Isn't Flower Mound really nice? Or am I thinking of
Thinking of South Lake?
South Lake? South Lake's bougie. Hey, let's plan an Oak outing. Sure, February. That sounds good. Just got to be, I mean, preferably a weekend we don't have the kids. For us, that's always better, but weeknights are tough. But yeah, any kind of Friday or Saturday where we don't have the children. Michael's been lurking. There you go. Christy Kincaid Norris, February 27th, her B-Day. Sarah, that's bougie. That's very bougie. Yes, come on, Sam.
Oh, Sam, are you coming in July?
We want Sam there.
You talking about the vacation? I was typing.
We live in Central Plano. Central Plano is a very, very middle-class neighborhood. Very, very normal neighborhood. Nothing bougie about this area.
I'm so hungry.
You're hungry?
Yeah, that soup, honey, didn't.
Oh. The 6th or the 20th, February 2021, the 6th or the 20th. Here, let me look. February Well, the 6th is not a good one. Neither is the 20th. The 13th or the 27th would be, though.
What are you asking, honey? I'm sorry.
Oh, we're just spitballing a possible oaked party. I mean, 13 is too close to Valentine's. What's that got to do with anything? You going to have a bunch of dates lined up? We could.
These are friends of JC singing tonight.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know them. They're pretty.
Yeah, it's that.
I hope they had some people.
It's that group. Yeah, sorry, we're just on our phones looking at calendars now. All right, guys. Yeah, those are the dates that work for these two guys here, but you guys could always do it without us too. If you could only do it on the 6th or the 20th.
Do what?
Get together at Oaked.
When are they wanting to go? In December?
In February sometime.
In February? Why are we waiting to February?
Well, because
Holidays.
and
Let's plan it.
plus
Let's plan it. How you do it on the meetup, the Facebook meetup. Remember the Facebook meetup?
Yeah.
We should go to that Facebook page and post it, right? Everything I have is dying.
Sarah doesn't play golf every day. Don't play golf every day. I don't know. You gals figure it all out. Just let me know when to show up. That's how I roll. That's how I roll. Just make the date.
Where are we doing it? Are we doing it on the Facebook page meetup? Is that what
No,
the plan
well, they're
is?
trying to do it here, but we can do it on the Facebook
Well, that
page.
the girl went to all that trouble to make it. Did
I
we
know,
all
she
go
did.
on there?
I'm a member.
Let's see. How do you find it? Facebook. Go to Facebook and search for a Sandwich and Some Lovin' fan meetup. We have 22 whole members right now. But go on there. It's a private group. Katie Kreller
Katie's the admin.
is the admin.
Christy Kincaid Norris just requested membership.
See, and it says this group was started as a way for us to hopefully be able to figure out a way to get together and meet. We are a wide array of people with one thing in common. We all love a sandwich and some lovin'. If you don't jump on the live YouTube recordings, you are definitely missing out.
Member.
All right. So Angie Everett Reno wrote that.
Damn it.
Alan's on here. Becky, Shelly. So y'all go, okay? It's a Sandwich and Some Lovin' fan meetup. Okay, I'm going to post. What are we looking at?
The 13th or the 20th.
Of February?
Yes.
Well, that's Valentine's weekend.
Yeah, so what? What's the big deal? It's not Valentine's Day. I mean, what better day to have a party than Valentine's
I just
weekend?
thought you might want to do something with your wife.
Oh, okay. We can do that. Okay, here are the definitions for member.
We have the kids.
No, the 13th. Sorry, the 13th or the 27th.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 13th or the 27th. Sorry, I'm being confusing.
I think you'd have a better shot just in case people have Okay. How does...
Yeah, the 13th or the 27th. We'll just take over the whole freaking restaurant. We got to work around Sin's social calendar here.
Did they have a face? Oh, there we go.
She's got several dates lined up already. The 27th. I have plans. I don't know. You guys just tell me when to show up.
Why are we looking all the way to February?
This is why I don't like planning things. I don't want to be the middleman. You guys figure it out. You figure it out. Say this is the day.
Let me get my calendar.
And then AE will just come rolling in. That's how I like it.
You're annoying.
Member. A member is a person, an animal, or plant belonging to a group. A constituent piece of a complex structure. Oh, okay. The main member that joins the front and rear axles. It's an example. Or a part or organ of the body, especially a limb. Okay. There you go. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna go back and edit that. I don't know why we have to wait till February, unless people are out of town.
Well, could always do one in December too.
Do you want to try to do a Christmas get together for the holidays? Can.
Well, I think the concern is December. I mean, aren't we like going to have the COVID apocalypse here in the next few months? So that's why they're looking at December.
Oh, you mean January, February?
Or February.
Okay, then I'll leave that. What did I say? February 29th, 27th. Texas, yes. Are puppies allowed? Don't allow puppies there.
Yeah, they do.
They allow puppies?
Yeah. Dog-friendly patio.
Really?
Yep.
Let me just say, in my experience with bringing dogs to pet-friendly patios, you have a better time if you don't bring your animals. Because the animals are distracting. You worry about your animals. It's, in my humble opinion.
I am VHO.
In my humble opinion.
It would be fun, like, if you were just going on a, like, with your significant other for lunch.
Yeah, if you're going to be talking to people, it's a lot.
Yeah, if you're going to a party.
I wouldn't personally.
Yeah.
That's just me.
We're trying, Michael.
What are we trying?
All these gals are trying to do this, and it's not.
What's wrong with Michael?
It's
What's
not
the
very.
problem?
It's not very efficient.
What's the problem, Michael?
Michael just wants to know, what are we doing here?
February 27th. We're waiting until after. Hopefully, everybody will have their COVID vaccine by then.
Operation Warp Speed.
I'm putting it in pencil. I got it in pencil.
It's on. It's the mac and cheese is on Kelly's
highlights.
Yes. Yes. Kara said, what are we, chopped liver? They don't get pen? What are they supposed to do? Put their lives on hold?
What if there's too many people that say no? And then it doesn't work.
Then
so we're just making it.
Then it'll be you and me.
Then it's February 27th.
Yeah, then it'll be you and me.
Then it's February 27th.
They can either, you can either come or not come.
Oh.
When was that?
That was last year's Kids trip.
Oh, was that last year? I don't remember your hair being that long and wavy. You're
And
skinny.
my spray
Look
tan.
how skinny you are, too.
Oh, yeah. I was.
That was last year?
That was last
I
year.
don't remember that.
That was this time last year.
Yeah, the mac and cheese is on Kellie's, her Instagram on her highlight.
I've got to go get a little something to eat.
All right. All right, guys.
All right. We'll see y'all in February.
You guys put that in light pencil.
Well, I'll put it in ink if that's what we're doing. If we're definitely doing it, I'm putting it in ink.
All right. You heard it right there. Wow. That sounds fun. Dime. Sarah dropping a big dime.
What?
Big dime on our head. Hey, all I know is I've never used the word yacht in a sentence, okay? Yeah, Michael, we will be recording tomorrow. So I don't know what time, but yeah, we will be for sure. For sure. 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 All right, guys. I'm just dawdling. We will talk to y'all soon. See you tomorrow. Hey, look, we have a visitor. Oh, come here, you're little sweet on me. Come here. Come here. Look at this. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There she is. Oh my goodness. Wow. Let's show her by her trick. Watch. Look at Kitty. Look at that. Oh, kiss your ass. Oh, it's Kitty. Say, hey, everybody. Still Kitty. Look at us. Cute. Where's Larry? Cutie. Oh, look at us, a cute dog. Look at you. Can you see yourself? Beep, beep, beep. All right, guys. We will talk to you soon. Oh.